Hello and welcome back to Redirecting. Now this story that I'm going to share, normally I would be drinking from this cup, but I don't have anything to drink in this cup, but is one of these stories right here. And I'm not really covering this story because of any way that I feel about it. It's more of an awareness thing because I think it's important that our people understand we're dealing with younger generations who are still kind of naive in a sense. And I hate to say it, but even some older people thinking that things have changed in this world because they may not appear to be as rough as they were when we were being chased down with police dogs and things of that nature. But this isn't even a story that's coming out of the U.S. It's a very simple story, so I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on this. There is no shock nor surprise here. But again, this is just another wake-up call. It's a story that's on BuzzFeed right now, and it says a Ugandan climate activist was cropped out of a news agency photo of Greta Thunberg at Davos. Now, the young lady is a little perplexed by it. She's upset by the fact that here she is. She's joined these group of young women who are activists for climate change. Her name is Vanessa Nakati. She's 23 years old and she's a climate change activist from Uganda. And she attended this week the World Economic Forum in Davos. On Friday, she took part in a news conference with Greta Thunberg and other activists ahead of a Friday for Future protest in the Swiss town. However, she was dismayed to find out that the news coverage of the event, she had been cropped out of the photo issued by the Associated Press. Now, the news agency was featuring Thunberg and fellow activists Louisa Neubauer, Isabel Axelson, and Lucina Tile. The Associated Press later changed the photo that appeared as the thumbnail on Twitter for the story. Now, the original photo had the young woman from Uganda in the photo. Okay, but this is the photo that they are showing for the official news story as a thumbnail on Twitter. And so the young lady, Nakati, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing her name right, but she is heartbroken by this. It says, Nakati told BuzzFeed News via Twitter, DMS, she was heartbroken when she saw the photo. She says, I cried. It was so sad, not just that it was racist, I was sad because of the people from Africa. It showed how we are valued. It hurt me a lot. Wow. It is the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. Okay, it says she was very emotional in a 10-minute long video discussing her experience at the summit and how she felt seeing her photo cropped out. Now, I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm very sad for her and her feelings because she's a young woman. But this is what happens when we as a people, whether we're here in the diaspora or on the continent, when we don't prepare our people by teaching them or prepare our children by teaching them the truth of what's happening in this world, things like this bother us and hurt us and we cry about it. But if she was prepared mentally for this, it's highly doubtful that she would have been as emotional. She would have been disappointed. It's okay to be disappointed about this. But heartbroken, no. Don't be heartbroken over something like this. You can be disappointed or a little upset, but not heartbreaking. Okay? Don't cry over this because it shows that they are getting to us like that. It's okay for us to express our disdain for this type of thing. But the tears shows that their actions are so hurting to us because we want to be accepted. That's what the tears say to me. Kind of reminds me of a recent tearing moment where this black guy who was the only city council member, they were trying to get him out of there because he dared question why the police are allowed to treat black people a certain way. And he's sitting there on camera crying. I'm like, man, please don't cry. I don't want to see you cry to these people. First of all, they don't care about it. Second of all, it's okay to express your concern and say, look, this stuff ain't fair. You can do all of that, but please save the tears. That's just my take on it. It's just my take on it. They are who they are. We are who we are. The sooner we learn how to deal with these things, the better off we will be. I'm looking at a comment here, and I just want to say it real quick. It says, and it's coming from a white female, of course, there was no ill intent. Associated Press routinely publishes photos as they come in, and when we received additional images from the field, we updated the story. Whatever. AP has published a number of images of Vanessa. Okay. This person says in response, read the BBC article as it tells the whole story. The photo was cropped for composition reasons, as the building on the left was considered distracting. Oh, wow. Was it the building or was it her face? And this person says, Ian, so the background was more important than the activist? You see, that's a white guy who is calling them out on this very clear hypocrisy. Okay. And then this person, which is another white person, says, that's a convenient response. So a couple of people are calling him out on defending their decision or choice to crop out her image. I'm glad to hear. I'm looking at the building. How is that building a distraction? Then we could say that the mountain view behind the other girls is a distraction. You see how they come up with these reasons and excuses? That is hilarious, but that's how they are. Okay. Thankful for those who swoop in and add some real truth to the situation. And these are two white people who responded and say, get real, pretty much. They said, get real, you know. I'm seeing other comments here. I'm not going to get into them. I didn't want to spend that much time on this story. I just wanted to kind of put this out there so that our people can begin to understand this is the world we live in. Stop crying about these things. Don't let it get to you like that. You can be upset or a little bothered by it, but please don't cry. Please don't cry because they don't care. All right? I'm out of here, family. Be sure to ring the bell to be notified of new uploads on this channel, and also comment, share, like, and subscribe.